Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we doing? You're working? Good. I think we're working. I'm semi-blind right now, but there's vague colours moving around, so that's kind of promising. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. You all had a good weekend? Apologies for the later than hoped for start today, as usual. And I was doing some Christmas shopping this afternoon. And inevitably that took longer than hoped for, anticipated stuff. And then I went to go and get my dinner underway and hit additional snags, because of course I did. It's sod's law all over, isn't it? But we got things rolling. Yeah, I can't tuck my shirt back in, apparently. There we go, that's better. But we're here now. A bit later than hoped for, but we're ready to roll. We're going to get into space and do some side questing, as we finished the 3-star Ranger quest line last time. That was fun. Really enjoyed that. I felt like it was perhaps a little shorter than the similar quests over on the United Colonies side. But nonetheless, it was good. I enjoyed it. And the plan now is, before we dive back into story quests, I want to kind of cross a few of the extra bits and pieces we've picked up off the list. Now, I saw some pop-ups from clicking on Starfield, but now I'm just staring at a very, a nice but particularly interactive desktop. There we go, being flickering. More like it. You guys are all doing well. Evening Ancient, evening Tenga, evening Steve, evening Alan. Good. Yeah, it's been alright. Had a nice chill weekend. That was cool. Got my relatively short video on the sleep crate done. I was going to show a bit of my decoration process for the sleep crate, but it was kind of a pain, and there was a lot of just scrolling through menus, really. It was not the most engaging of footage, so I skipped to showing you where it is, how to get it, and what I did with the place. But I made for a short, nice little sort of show off of the sleep crate in Neon, if you would care to check that out and you haven't. Quite pleased with given the size of the space, the result. There's a few issues with it in that it could have been put together a little bit better. And it's so damn small, it's non-functional, really. It's just what can you do in the smallest space available kind of a design challenge or decoration challenge, but it was interesting nonetheless. Curious how the other penthouse is going to look when I pick that up in Neon. The actual penthouse as opposed to the sleep crate. Right, let's press that one. Hopefully. I think I might have the audio down a day. Let's fix that. Nice. And we'll rock and roll. I also, as you may have noticed from the thumbnail and Instagram earlier, do check it out if you haven't, changed the look of my character. Because as a result of the 3-star Ranger questline, there are some really cool militia armors from the, outfits from the you get from the 1st Cavalry, the bad guys, basically. They have a very strong 3-star collective vibe. They're really cool. Basically the coolest outfit with the 3-star vibe that I've seen so far. With the maybe challenged a little bit by Kilo City Security's outfit. So that's very, very cool. But
could we talk?
I really misheard that then. So, a few changes have been made, and I decided, because I like the outfit, I needed to change my face to match it, because my character just looked too darn young, which this is not helping with, so you'll have to wait and we'll see it in a bit. You have to try not to pick too much stuff up, because everybody wants to talk to me, and I kind of want to hold off until we head towards doing the next quest. Although I don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the plan. Right. So I think you can blow my nose again, apparently. I've got my mission is further into the unknown. Talk to Vladimir Sol about finding more artifacts. Burden of proof and back to the ground. That's the Ryujin quest line that we'll be doing at some point. Be interesting to explore. Miscellaneous stuff. We've got a whole bunch here. I do need to go and do Light in the Darkness. Go and see SSN. This we'll have to do at some point, but I'm not sure about right now. That we can do today. And then this is mostly, this is all neon stuff, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But we've got a whole load of stuff on the activities tab to do as well, so I think first stop's probably going to be detour via Red Mile, and then back to New Atlantis for a couple of things, I think. We'll take off. I'm going to go and blow my nose. Oh dear.
Alright, let's see what's out there.
Neon in the daytime. I feel like I haven't seen much of that lately.
Orbital pattern locked in.
Ugh. Leaving the house has made me nose run. It was a bad idea. Right. No name blame. Rocking some wine. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Red Mile is over here. Let's go. Well, I don't think I took that picture. So, we need to pick up a package for a chap in the well who will then allow us to access his not on the map store, if we do so. Interesting. That was remarkably easy. Suspiciously easy might be another word. Apparently my ability to resist the cold is already dropping down. Cheeky wee Milo, very nice. After 16 hours, they finally turned all 1,300 plus planetary surveys in at the eye. 3.5 million credits. I know that's quite a lot of credits. Do a fair bit of shipbuilding with that.
Liftoff initiated, Captain. Time to venture into that beautiful sky.
But, yeah. I feel like you need a much cooler reward at the end of that. But I think part of the problem with it is that there's other places you can also sell your data and turn it in. Which, if that weren't the case, what?
You just look at that view.
Okay.
Star Parcel freighter to unknown vessel. The Star Parcel's fleet's got a load of these aging Deimos monsters. Built like tanks, but well past their warranty. It's gonna take hours to fix this, if we can get the engine back online at all.
It's like an interesting combination of Deimos and Hopetech, actually. Interesting looking freighter. But, would there be more one place to turn them in? I don't really think there's attaching a great reward to it. It's all that possible. I mean, they could just say the only place you turn in this data is to Vlad on the eye, and then... or to Vlad in general, and then he can give you a better reward, maybe. A cool ship or something, but not that that would really fit with the canon. But, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that would be a drag to turn in, I think, Steve. In one go. If you turn it in one go and just get straight up paid for it as a separate quest reward, that would probably be better, but yeah. Then again, I think most people are just not going to do that. So, just how much of a cool reward are they really going to put on the end of it? Given that it'd be unreachable to the majority of people. Depends what it is, I suppose. Okay, let's try and offer to help with the repairs.
Sorry, company policy is only employees are allowed on the ship.
Trying to figure out where their
You
dockers
step
are.
foot on here, I'm out of a job.
Probably
I
at
got
the
a
top,
hot
apparently.
package that's paid for expedited delivery. They'll dock my pay if it doesn't get to its destination. Star Parcel will reward you well if you can assist.
Oh, is that it there inside? I think it might be. Sure.
Excellent.
How's it
All
going
you
down?
need to do is drop this off to the ship services technician on New Atlantis. They'll take it from there. Thanks for being...
Well, that works well for me, actually, because New Atlantis is actually my next stop. I'm literally going there anyway. I'm praying that what I'm about to drop off is not contraband, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. It's 404, nice though.
This is UC
We're
Security.
here.
Prepare
Hot
to be
off the
scanned for
stellar
contraband.
slide.
Scan complete. Going.
Nice, landing in the early morning as well. That's fun though.
I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time.
Yeah, I
you
can see why
need
you wouldn't want to
something?
do survival mode. It's a fun idea, but it kind of doesn't mesh that well with the rest of the game, I don't feel.
We're asking, hey, what can I do for you?
Star Parcel delivery.
You the courier? I've been expecting you. Star Parcel has your payment right here. Anything else you need?
10 grand for that. I don't mind if I do. The next stop is the well.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please. Okay.
Find a nice spot with a decent bit of light. Over there, I guess. Few people hanging around outside the Terrarium, makes sense first thing in the morning. There we go. Kind of went back a little bit towards my original look, but made a few differences as well. And yeah, I felt like an older looking bearded dude was a bit more necessary to go with this outfit, because the younger looking bearded dude was a bit too young and clean cut looking, in a wrong way, wrong style rather. So yeah, if your face doesn't fit your outfit, change your face. It's like a pretty cool set of outfits there now. Imagine that would look good.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack.
No loitering, okay? I don't have the patience for it.
Well, he says loitering, makes you sound like he's saying lawyering.
Just a week. You'll be free to peruse my wares. Ah,
The
excellent.
package.
I see you've held up your end of the bargain. So, I'll do the same. Salina's hardware is now open for business. I'll unlock the door for you. Feel free to come around and peruse my wares anytime.
Yeah, turn up and say I've got a package for you, and then he talks about holding up my end. It's like, is this a business or is there something else going on here?
I help out, Henry. It's a quaint shop. Okay, then.
So let's see what he's got in. Better have something good after all this. Not a Grendel, that's an Equinox. No, it's not. It's an Equinox, a Grendel, and a Coachman all rammed together into one.
Welcome to Selena's Hardware.
That went a bit wrong, didn't it?
Thank you for retrieving that. Let's keep this junk.
Okay, you better have something good. Acid. Oh, hello. A not particularly good, but very, very cool looking corrosive Grendel. Well, next time I'm playing this game, I'll be getting this nice and early, because that looks fucking sick. I want that. Like, if this was scaling to level or something, that would be really cool. Although, I mean, it'd still be a Grendel, not that great, but they are very, very cool, the Grendels. Do wish they were a bit more useful long term. Brawler's Equinox. No, that's pretty naff. What he's got is nothing particularly useful, but that is really nice. I wish more of these skins were more available. I imagine once the Creation Club goes up, that's where they'll be reappearing. Or they'll be appearing on more often anyway. Really like that skin. No lawyering. Yeah, exactly. To be around here trying to assert your rights. So that's that done. Next thing I wanted to do was... yeah. Head to SSNN and see if they want some news. Aliens chasing you in, they shouldn't be. Yeah, it'd be cool to see a few more aliens in, but
You see any heat leeches?
you know, the rarity of them is also part of what makes them unique, I suppose. A little cool in here now.
Your folks? The same ones that donate every month to the House of Enlightenment?
You're probably right. They're pretty anti-religion.
I've got a plan to solve my insomnia. Insomnia. Drink tea. No, mate. No. It's not going to work. You go and talk to the receptionist, because that's...
I am glad there is still a reliable
She
source of
looks like she
information
wants to shoot herself. That's not really a good look.
significantly slower than light.
I have an inside story about the death of Ron Hope.
Sordid mess. We've got some other sources we've been interviewing, but I'd love to get your take on the record. So there was a mercenary company, the First, and they were involved in taking farmlands from Freestar Collective families. Extortion, death threats, murder, all of it. Is that right?
Yep. Who's the other source? Hope take form and Bridget. Tempting. Well, it's not going to advance it. Let's see if we're right.
Not going to say. I will never, ever give up my source. If anybody asks about you, they get the same answer.
What they did was unforgivable. I mean, it's about right. They did a bit more as well. Yeah, let's go about right.
Good to know. So all of that? Terrible. But Ron Hope, the Ron Hope, was involved with it at the highest level. All of that suffering was a plot to save Hope Tech from going under using the side effects of a fertilizer he developed. Let me be blunt. The other sources say you killed Ron Hope. Is that correct?
Tried bribing me worse, got what he deserved. He wanted to cover up the whole thing, cut out the sound. I'm a ranger just doing my job. I'm a ranger just doing my job.
Most rangers don't take down one of the Council of Governors, though. After all of that, the future of Hope Tech is an open question. Their stock has already taken a beating. Not sure if it's going to go into freefall. Any comment?
Who knows what other scandals they're involved in? Should be thorough investigation. What he did. Hope Tech is a great company with the storm. As a ranger worrying about Ron Hope's employees is not my job. I'm not going with that one. That's a bit too cold. I think we'll try and we'll go with this one. Hope Tech's a great company, despite what Ron Hope did, and it'll weather the storm because hopefully that sort of broadcast will not hurt their share price any and will therefore better protect the innocent employees. So,
I could take a breather. For what it's worth, I'm rooting for them too. Thanks. If you listen to the news, you'll definitely hear this. And, maybe try not to ice any more CEOs. Just a thought.
No. I'm going to ice them all. They all have it coming. Every single one of them. Who's your CEO? Oh, that's a good line. I wouldn't trust him to babysit a doll. Lol.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through a
Right. So I think the next thing we've got to do is, yeah, I think we're going to head off to some activities. So we've got quite a bit here. I've got the space to do a cargo mission. Flood sales, I could go and do this, because I can now get there. So, Percival is part of the Terramorph peoples. Terramorph squashing division, I can't remember what they're called. Elios, there's a mission there that should be interesting as well. And there's so much of this that I just do not remember. Because it's so vague, it doesn't tell me enough about it. Yeah, let's start by heading off and visiting Vlad's place, I guess.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Action rifle and a lever action shotty. Nice. Be a fun little build, that. Roger, I know you want to talk, but the timing's not convenient, so shut the fuck up. Well, it is convenient.
Orbital insertion done.
Not sticking anything in my eye, buddy. Blood lives a very long way away. I've got to get to the Hyla system first up.
Time to dance among the stars.
Still got another 20+ systems to survey. Well, nearly there. Might as well finish it now you're that close. Might be a cool planet to land on. A couple of temperates. But not today. Today we're jumping over to Sema 7A. Find out where Vlad's house is.
Switching over to standard engines.
Something got destroyed here. Abandoned shipping depot, abandoned Damon's scrapyard, and Vlad's house. Vlad's villa specifically. I guess we're landing down here.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Ooh. Looking very wooded out here. We'll take a short nap, I think, before we head out there, though.
What's up?
I'll bump it on an extra hour. Yeah, maybe not. I can always do that later.
There are worlds to conquer.
It's like your mother trying to get you up and send you out the door for school.
I would like a chance to talk to you, if you are able.
Lots of stuff in the woods over here. It's quite a pretty planet. Curious as to where the front door to Vlad's place is supposed to be, because, well... like it might be around the other side. Over here, from the look of it, I can see a particularly visible path rolling over to Vlad's from the I see, it's tucked a little bit off to the side over here. Okay. Easy to miss, I think. Can't remember why Vlad said he wanted us to come and check his house out. Basically make sure it hadn't been destroyed or something, I think. Stuck on the path there. Okay. I'm well aware of the fact she wants to talk.
Your investigation with the Freestar Rangers has come to an end.
Happy to talk about that.
Are you satisfied with the results?
Bad scene around, no one should be satisfied. Anything you can walk away from? Behind me, bad scene all around.
I suppose not. This Ron Hope, supposedly a man of the people, was more concerned with profit than lives. He was not the first, and certainly will not be the last.
And he brings out the worst. Thought he was doing what's necessary. Respect him for taking initiative. You were surprised by it?
Surprised? No. Just disappointed. Another who chose greed over all else. At least he will no longer be able to prey on others.
Very cool, though.
I am unsure that death was preferable to justice.
But he didn't give me a lot of options, did he?
The situation is over. And there is no question who was to blame.
Hell of a way to arrange a badge. Didn't want this to give me no choice. Yeah, no choice.
No, he did not. A very poor decision on his part. Perhaps a lesson to be learned by others who would break the law. At least while you serve as ranger.
Honor to wear the badge. Ranger's lucky to have me. Imagine what I can get away with. It's serving down as we go on. Honor to wear the badge.
I think less of the badge and more of the person wearing it. But you should be proud of your accomplishments. Shall we find some?
Well, hopefully not. No, yeah.
Now?
So he's got a little bar out here. Barbecue area. Zen pond and less nice stuff on this side of it. Playing beer pong. Of course he has, he used to be a pirate. Water, okay. Water, bread, and butter. Cushions. Some really big succulents. Which I may end up half-inching, but we'll see. Hopping bot, working hard. Oh, nice.
I would not wish to make too many assumptions about where the credits for all this came from.
New.
It seems that crime does indeed pay.
Dude's got himself a conference room. That's slate 2. That's slate 1. Definitely nice. Now I'm annoyed. Half the stuff in here you can pick up and use to decorate your own place. Except you can't put it in a display case. Unless you're Bethesda. And that's bloody annoying, seeing that they've used... that they've done something like that puts stuff in a display case when I can't do the same. Because they don't have, obviously, the limitations that I do, because they can just work around that. 4. But, yeah. Gets up my nose that a bit. 3. Hello, Razorback pistol. Still haven't found the slate 1 yet. Kitchen's nice. Bedroom looks alright. There's 5. Now, how the F did the mopping bot get up the stairs? It clearly runs on wheels. Sounded awfully like a footstep that didn't belong to Androsia, that. Interesting. Very interesting.
Hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered.
It's fine. We're here with consent of the owner. Reduce the cost of bribing somebody by 5%. Well, that's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Mutineer. Ah, Space Adept makeshop pistol. I mean, cool. But... not very useful to me.
Perhaps all this does come at a cost. To one's peace of mind, if nothing else.
Advanced Pirate Assault Space Helmet. Lad's old helmet, I guess. Find A99. Still haven't found slate number 1 though. It's just sitting around out here for some weird reason. Well, I don't know if slate 1 is, but I can't find it. Can't find it. Something like that. Slate 2's in here, but 1... Couple miles.
Memory's fault comes through on the exact time, but my career in the fleet took a turn as the UC stepped up its efforts. Not the first or last time they tried to wash the bloody tab. Caught a smile being with the crew whose captain took the challenge to play smart. If every breach and storm was a fight to the death, might as well make it for the highest stakes. And why not take the time to learn all the locks and bolts? Crack the systems that held the treasures? Learn the routes between stars that would become the best places to go. I never read so many books in my days as when I was gearing the brain for a heist. Soon enough, I found myself just reading whenever time's moments could spare.
Interesting. I'm looking for 3 now. Ready? Four. Oh, 3's knocking around. I think I saw 3 somewhere. 3.
When my former captain died, I knew my days with the fleet were marching to the cliff's end. I was already considered an old jackalbones, scaring the new rooks on the fact that I was still alive. Grimm's laughing reminder that most of them wouldn't make it to my age. Tossing my youth away on gutting haulers for the fleet was one thing, but watching another generation doing the same, knowing where the end was for them, my mind started clocking hours on the point of it all. And that's when the beauty of the Blackest Sea started to catch me for the first time. Humanity's jaunt into the stars could use a friendlier meeting than gun and blade. And who could do better good out there than someone who had seen the darkest edges and lived to tip your ear to the tale?
Ah, it's number one's by the pool. We found it, Steve. Darth.
First gotten run I ever pulled was a large cargo freighter, hauling kitchen and cupboard, food and other goods meant for homes. A fine test for a rook back then. Nothing like feeling the key's belly to earn nuts from the old knives. Went knuckle to bone with the freighter's crew straight away. Thought I was just eager to show myself off. Make sure my crew knew I was dangerous, even unarmed. Looking back, think I just wanted to know that I was taking the prize the fair one's way. Give them a chance to fight for it. But even telling yourself you're winning it from someone is a break on a dark road. Every take was a smile on my face, knowing that I was better, stronger, and quiet moments to feel guilt's reflection were easily shattered when you know the UC is always hunting you.
So a little bit of guilt. You see hunting them, pushing them to go for bigger scores, because if it's going to be exceedingly dangerous to get the little ones, you might as well get the big ones instead. It's just going to be every bit as dangerous. Then Captain gets killed, and he's starting to think, after a long time in the fleet, that maybe it's time to get out. And then starts to see the appeal of exploration at the same time, as a result of doing a lot of reading, apparently.
Made too many promises to shine light on the details, but I cashed out from the fleet. Bought an old hauler and converted it into a flying traveler's inn. Even named it the Jolly Roger as a bit of history's chuckle. We sputtered around the settled systems as best we could, helping the helpless. A safe harbor for anyone who needed it. Eventually, retired from that as well. Had too much of the past, still needed burying. Didn't stop Sarah Morgan from finding me though, in her hunt for one of the historical relics I stole from the UC. Been a part of Constellation ever since. A third life in the making, and one with a mission worth the toil.
Interesting. Ives in here, isn't it? I think this is the last one.
Paid in full for this little piece of the settled systems to call my own. The pot is starting to boil over back at Constellation with all this work we're doing with the eye, so this might be the last time I set eyes here for a spell. Don't really know if my faith holds strong to Barrett's idea of what these artifacts are, but the science sings true. How did I get here? A Crimson Fleet rook turned old man astronomer, arguing with a physicist about what the stars themselves are. Got a smile on this life. Owe it all to the others that didn't make it to keep going.
An insight into Vlad there, and his departure from the Crimson Fleet. I don't think we're going to find anything else that relates to that. That's everything there, isn't it? So, up next. Yeah, well, activities again, aren't we? Speak to Percival. I mean, yeah, I suppose we could do that. Head over to Mars and go and see about... yeah, see about what they want us to do as regards continuing to deal with terramorphs and stuff. See whether or not we take a mission from it, but we'll get a mission.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
This never gets old. Lift off.
There we go. I think it's coming up time to... excuse me. I think it's coming up time to upgrade my ship as well. Now I've upgraded my outfits and my character's appearance and stuff. Yeah. Definitely getting on for that time, isn't it? Oh, somebody was attacking me. Didn't happen to register who, I wasn't looking at it. Oh well, we're out of there.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship.
There's a couple of things to do here, actually. Let's stop by Earth first, because we've got to head to LA for a snow globe, I think.
That's all we need. You're cleared for landing at Aquila City.
Just passing through. Oh, I've suddenly started yawning so much this evening.
One instant, the stars are rearranged, and we are here.
Staring at the remains of Earth. I can just about see the shadow of the continent. That's quite cool. Didn't register that last time. Possibly because I landed in the dark side, maybe. Here we are. Aye. Nakatomi Plaza, I think. Sure looks like it. Morning will be here in a minute. I think. Yeah, it makes more sense. That does really look like Nakatomi Plaza. Unless I'm mistaking it for somewhere, well... I'm guessing it's whatever building stood in for it in Die Hard. There's probably some landmark that I know nothing about in LA.
Hypothermia can set in quickly, and the effects can be deadly. We should keep that in
Tends to
mind.
may fly rather than the dragonfly. Yeah. I was having a look at a bunch of stuff on Reddit, like Starfield ships Reddit. It's definitely Nakatomi. And one of the things that I noticed, perhaps more than anything else, I've lost track of where my ship is. There it is over there. Was that so many people love that big 2 entrance and exit cockpit. The Cabot one, is it? The one that caught my eye that you can pick up from wherever it was. Titan, was it? But so many of the designs seem to be focused around using that one cockpit. I was like, I like it, but now that I'm seeing more and more and more and more people, and ooh, is that the sun? Slowly creeping up? I think it is. Yeah, now I'm seeing more and more and more and more people going for that. I'm kind of thinking I'd rather do something different. I'm even more sold on using the Hope Tech cockpit that I've got my eye on. Well, something was landing on me then. Well, Chris still hands crew with falls of Nakatomi Plaza. This is true.
It is good to see you.
Oh, my day just got a whole lot brighter.
Aw, you're adorable. Now, will I get a cool look at the ship flying past the tower or not? No. More's the pity, otherwise I might have considered having that.
Apogee
Titan,
kick
yeah.
complete. Orbit steady.
Yeah, a lot of people going for it for the no ladders. Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think people also like it for the just the general look of it, the style. And yeah, I mean I do quite like it, but it's also kind of fun to not use the same one everyone else is using. I don't see anybody using a Hope Tech one, so hopefully I can build something cool with it. Probably at the weekend.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
All load of interesting ships around here.
You're cleared to land.
Galbank ship, eh? I wonder what happens if we head over there and do some pirate stuff on that. So turn to Rivka. Right, we got something else we can do there. Let's do that while we're here then.
Certainly less auspicious than New Atlantis, is it not?
But also in many ways cooler.
The UC clings to its old ways. I suspect the Sol system would be abandoned otherwise.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of good stuff in Sol. Demos, the remains of Nova Galactic Star Yard, although it's only just the remains. Titan and Sidonia and Oh.
Used to think I was Vanguard material. Until I discovered the crazy.
Well, we have to find Rivka the old-fashioned way, which I think involves
Can you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here?
jumping down here.
Simply cannot.
I don't know. Probably not, but...
Another update on the scandal that's rocked the UC military. Commander
Very practical to seal this off and make it happen.
accused of
Also rather
purposefully
visually
causing
pleasing.
giant cash overruns on a top-secret UC military project. Commander Woods has been alleged to have embezzled these funds until his operation recently came crashing down around him.
We discovered him as part of our investigation into the Crimson Fleet.
But the UC military has officially stripped him of all rank and privileges. This is all but confirmation of the former commander's guilt.
Oh, it's another way into the Lux condominiums, is it? No! Now, Rivka was down here, if I remember rightly.
If there were any doubt of Sidonia's importance to the United Colonies and its industry, this certainly puts it to rest.
Mining's fair work, but you can't take it all so seriously, I always tell my mates. We're pulling rocks out of the ground, not building spaceships.
Keep Sidonia graffiti free.
Yeah, about that. Rivka? I don't know where I just fell, but oh, well, I'm not dead, so that's something. Fell into a hole and had no idea where I was ending up. She's here somewhere, but I don't seem to have the option to put a mark on the map for it. Wrong button.
A friend offered me a nice, cushy office job, but I'd make it double.
Interesting view on things.
We're meeting our quotas, our workers are happy. What more could a bloke like me ask?
Judging by that, I would say a lot of booze. I'm going to go ahead and assume she's not up here. I'm stuck in the ceiling. No, I am actually stuck in the ceiling. I was joking, but... Houston, we have a problem. Okay, I'm no longer stuck in the ceiling. I'm out. I'm out. I'm okay. No, and for all that, she's not even there. Hoptech has 2 versions of the freighter cockpit, and Sardeckland Store has 2 freighter cockpits as well. Oh, I'll have to have a look.
Is great.
I finally feel
I'm
like
gonna write that
working
down.
with this.
Hmm. Notes made, pen thrown across desk. There we go. Yeah, she's supposed to be down there mining ore, but... Where?
I sure hope this hearing loss isn't permanent.
What?
People always ask me what I think about mining. It rocks.
Oh dear.
Hey.
It's a lot harder when I can't mark her on the map. I'm not sure I remember what she looked like either. Think I did? Think I do? But I seem to remember she was somewhere around here, but... You took too long, she did. Dude.
Don't want to catch yourself with a loose grip on your equipment when one of those particle detonations goes off.
Not good when you got a loose grip on your equipment. I didn't plan to end up here, but hey, it's kind of fun that I did. That poster is very cool. Industrialized Mars. Your civilization needs you. Strange.
Thanks again for putting up those pictures of space frogs from outer space. People seem to really like them.
Space frog from outer space, indeed.
United Colonies asks much of its workers, and apparently offers rather little in return.
Ooh, you are not
Growing up in
wrong.
Sidonia, you gotta be tough.
It's Book Dude, isn't it? Try upstairs one more. sat there minding your own business on the crap, or somebody just kicks the door open like, by the way, I delivered that thing halfway across the galaxy for you, and you couldn't wait till I finished to tell me? Yoink. Hmm. Take that one. Nice. Such a basic, for such a basic lock, took rather more effort to do than I was expecting.
Of course those in power have better accommodations. At least relatively speaking.
Duh. Oh yeah, this is, what's his name? Former governor who we dropped in the shit. His place. Oink. Still no luck finding Rivka though.
Hey, I heard a rumor that you're the one who made the new equipment possible. Thanks.
Every time I see those drawings of the little creature with the space helmet, it reminds me that you can find joy anywhere. In Sidonia.
Oh, well, I'm glad to have assisted with that. Naked dude. Other naked dude. Bit bloody cold, I think. Naked lady, not the right naked lady. I mean, another not right naked lady. Rivka! And she has clothes on. We found her.
I received an urgent message from my father. He's dropped the charges. It will still be difficult. There's a lot we need to speak about, but I think we may be able to mend our relationship, thanks to you.
Yeah, it was your idea. So then you'll keep his word. Let me know if he bothers you again, right? Sure, keep his word?
It sounded sincere. I can tell. And if I'm being truthful, I secretly hoped he would come to his senses.
Forgot she sounded French.
I doubt it will come to that, but yes. I now know I have a friend I can count on when I'm in trouble.
Glad to hear it worked out.
We will be taking things slow. There is a lot of trust to rebuild. But he acknowledged and apologized for his past behavior. That is a good first step, and I'm willing to let him back into my life, bit by bit, as long as he proves his words and commits to change. Without your intervention, this would not have been possible.
Like a sensible lady.
And I can finally treat this. Thank you. I cannot repay you enough.
Good for you. Please don't die. Oh, that was worth it. If only for the XP. Mars places are really cool. So much stuff like that would be so great to have available to work with. Like for outposts and stuff.
My shop, I offer a great opportunity. Okay, let me just pull up my stock and there it is. Take a look.
No. Nothing good, but
good luck out there.
well, it's worth a look.
It's not easy living in Sidonia.
Yeah. Fear not, no one's going to take your life.
Watch out for the robots.
Sneaky robots, huh? Right. After all that, let's go and see Percival, see if he's got any work for us. The Terramorph whatever division. Terramorph Squashing Division. I can't remember the name of. Management Division? I guess. Terramorph Management Division? Definitely took that picture. Took the wrong turn there, didn't I?
Need some work done? Anything I can help you with?
Yes?
Hey, what can I do for you? Okay, no problem.
Let's see if that is sufficient. Nope. I was kind of hoping it might make a ship appear here, but it did not. Let's see. Where are you? Did they work out where the Terramorphs come from? They sure did.
But you all are here because you can handle it. So any questions, concerns, anything at all giving you pause, you come see Dr. Walker or I. Little problems left unchecked become big problems. And we fix big problems here, not make them. Now let's get to work. Welcome everyone to the TMD.
You've been waiting here this whole time for me to come around? Damn, you should be way way at work. Damn, they ugly. The Sealy's is over there. Still, that's cool. Yeah, they do well at designing some really ugly beasties. Bethesda.
Captain, looks like we missed each other back at Mast. Listen, I just wanted to say, I could have never guessed where all this was going to lead. But now, knowing what I do, that my father truly is the monster I always thought he was. Well, I've just spent a lot of my life in pursuit of the truth. So, you bringing it straight to me, it just means a lot.
Friends look after each other.
The best ones certainly do. You know, I was thinking, while we were up on that podium, if I wanted to try and see him again. But I knew the answer before I even finished the thought. I didn't. Because confronting him, what would I have gained from that? From letting him remind me I can never truly be rid of him? Nothing. Now, all I'd be doing is acknowledging that he still has some sway over my life. And while I can't do anything about his role in my past, I'm not about to let him control my future. And thanks to what we've done together, that future is brighter than it has been in a long time. Words can't do justice to how grateful I am for that.
Something's weird. Keep going, come with me. Glad I was able to help.
Well,
She's not
I
coming
think
with.
it's safe to say you succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams. It's been an honor, Captain. Good luck out there.
Yep, we sure whooped some Terramorph butt. Jeez. Yep, there were 2 things in there as well.
Hello.
I'm saying I'm planning to pick up what I did there, but I didn't realise there were 2 things in there. Yoink. Stylized Terrabrew Cup.
I hope that we have not ultimately made a mistake in resurrecting this place.
I don't think so. First of all,
look who it is.
So we can dive into all that, but here you got some work for me.
You heard right. These Terramorph attacks, they caught the UC off guard. UC brass doesn't like that. So, they want us patrolling the front lines of xenological life, ensure we've got intel on any possible new alien threats. Which means, we need someone to track down said aliens, and harvest samples from them. And not just any sample from these animals is gonna do either. We're trying to build a comprehensive picture here, which requires specific cells from specific family lines of some oftentimes unfriendly creatures. But since dealing with unfriendly creatures falls square in your wheelhouse...
Kinda does.
I figured we might be able to recruit you for the task.
Cameraman, let me think about it. Oh yay, more aliens that want to eat me. What creatures are we talking? What creatures are we talking?
Pretty much every beast, behemoth, critter, and chimera humanities run across is on the list. But we can send in-house researchers after the little guys. Your job will be primarily dealing with the, more troublesome species.
Yay!
This isn't the same sort of harvesting you and Hadrian were doing with the Terramorphs. A little will go a long way here. If you can get close enough to these creatures to harvest from them directly, you should be able to collect what we need without killing them. I checked with Lieutenant Walter before heading out. A good EM weapon could serve you well on these missions. Though, if heavens forbid, there's no viable option other than putting the things down. We're only talking a select few specimens here. These populations will recover.
Yeah, sure.
Glad to hear it. There is just one additional wrinkle. UC spec this as a one-person job, but I convinced them this sort of task merits expert backup. So, if you're interested, they've agreed to let you take Hadrian with you. You'll have to convince her, of course. But I don't think she'll fight you too badly.
Oh, cool. I could take her with if I wanted. Don't you need her here?
We could use Hadrian here, absolutely. But we have other scientists. Not a lot of other people can go up against apex predators and come home again and again. You and Hadrian are the right people for this job.
I think I prefer going alone.
Up to you. But I don't think she'd mind getting back out and doing some field.
It's cool to know, but yeah.
Now, let's get to the details of your first quarry. Here you go. Head there, find your specimens, and bring those samples back here. I'll have a tech waiting outside to collect them from you. And remember, proximity
Cool,
should
so
be
they come
you
all the way
need to
down
get
here.
the
That's cool.
samples. Get close, harvest, and get out before they spot you. Take care of yourself out there.
Not sure how I'm supposed to harvest without them spotting me. I think they'd noticed the whole kind of taking chunks out of them thing. Also, I was going to take anybody with me. Kaiser would be the one I'd want to take, because he's kind of huge, cool, badass fighting robots. Unfortunately. Hadrian's cool and all, but Hadrian's in there. There's also somebody... That's the one.
Military-grade hardware at the ready. No more reliable hardware.
Let's see what he's got. Yeah, she was cool, but not as cool as... not as cool as Kaiser was. Volatile. Ooh, negotiator. General Kenobi. And what? It's a pretty cool looking grenade launcher, actually. Kind of want one just for the coolness of it all. To be honest, I'm not going to use one though, so I'm not going to have one. EM shotgun. Reckless bombardment. Oh, crippling, huh? Splash damage. It probably will always hit the limbs. Allied armaments negotiator. That is quite cool. 70 grand. Smuggler's negotiator. You think a smuggler would want a bit more subtle option. A med theft vampire's gift Kodama. That is quite a cool weapon, by the way. Not that one specifically, but Kodama's will absolutely shred.
Hey, you need something?
Pain tolerance, xeno, sociology, and energy weapon dissipation. Nothing particularly useful. Not right now.
Suit yourself.
Anti-personnel modified mag pulse. So that's the shotgun version. And then there's a poison tactician's refined coachman. Okay. So again, we've got a bit of a duplicate going on there. And instigating Kodama's not going to be good. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about having her come with me, but I don't think I really want to do that. So I think the next thing to do, we don't have time, that good. Let's go to Elias. Which I believe there is a mission somewhere. I don't know much about it, but...
Yes, what?
I sincerely hope there is adequate security for this facility.
Don't we all? Somebody seems to be taking the temperature of a terminal. Of all the things you could do, seems like a weird choice. Could you imagine being an ordinary copper who's assigned to security in here, thinking, what the hell am I going to do if the fucking thermomorph gets out? I'm getting eaten. I'm not trained for this. I'm a beat cop. I'm not trained for this. I wouldn't be happy.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
So I have good half. So let's take off and see if we can figure out where the heck we need to go, because I can't even remember where I heard about this place from, let alone where it is.
Ship's clear and the sky is calling to us.
Quite a nice takeoff.
We could stay here forever.
Somewhere miles over this way, huh? Ixil. We're going to Ixil 2 to find out about Ilios.
For a while, anyway.
Jeremov got out. Be on the first. You'd be on the first ship off the planet. Yeah, would seem like a sensible move.
Jump complete. Want to do it again, just for fun? No? Maybe later.
Okay, the Ilios retreat. Okay. We need a little bit of kip, I think, before I head down there. Because wait for some daylight.
I was beginning to wonder if you hibernate.
Fuck you!
Nice day, huh?
Seems to be a very slow turning planet, this one.
Let me guess.
About time you woke. We have... things to do.
Try again.
I hope you are sufficiently rested. Who knows what this day will bring.
Send 500 credits home to your parents. Another couple of hours. And then hopefully we'll actually be able to head down there and as the sun comes up and...
Good.
Yeah, thereabouts from the look of it.
You're awake. I was running out of knives to sharpen while I wait.
Jesus, somebody's stroppy.
It is a beautiful day, huh?
It was a fun place to explore. Space station. Nice little control room there.
Landing gear. Check. Thrusters. Check. Landing site. Clear.
Landing gear, thrusters, and then landing site clear. Surely you check the site's clear before you even begin the initial landing.
Whatever you need, you got it.
Oh, thanks, son. 5:30. nearly made it there through the night. It appeared to be the slowest day ever. I didn't actually... Yeah, nearly 2 hours for... Nearly 2 to 1 on the hour length. Let's go. Fucking awesome. Construction site? Ship services over there. Okay, let's go and have a look.
My man is missing, and you're all just here, what? Waiting for him to wander back through the gate?
Mr. Halftown, we are trying, but we don't have the manpower.
And now half my crew thinks your little band of convicts is just waiting to drag us off and scrap us for organs.
Mr. Halftown, our security officer has been put into the infirmary trying to find your worker. We're doing everything we can. All I ask is that you...
It's not exactly...
Be patient. You have nothing to fear from us convicts. We are handling it.
Yeah, she's not exactly good at the diplomacy side of things.
We are going to have problems.
You have my word.
Intriguing. So a missing worker and a group of convicts and... they are not the same group. Yeah. The convicts and the missing worker, I mean.
Oh, hi. We're not exactly open, but did you need something for your... Anything I can help you with? Okay, no problem.
Okay. Let's see what you got. Nothing particularly interesting. Yay. Construction worker.
I'm not picking up a rivet until all this gets fixed.
Speaking of rivets, rivet. What the amphibian construction worker said. Little steel fire pit going on there.
Halftown's furious about how this has all gone down, but can you blame him?
Don't know. It's his fault. It's his fault, I'll blame him. It's toast. That's actually a pretty realistic looking piece of toast. Compared to the sandwiches, which, as cool as they look, do not look particularly realistic.
My crew isn't lifting a finger until my man is found. Can't believe I bought into this place's crap reform program story. We'll be around. Yeah.
Missing worker, want help. So what is it you do or don't do around here? Tell me about this place. Tell me about this place.
Don't know, huh? The staff, they're all ex-cons.
Interesting.
This place we're building is gonna be some kind of resort to rehabilitate other criminals. Teach them how to strip ship engines or type 40 words a second or whatever to keep them from having to commit more crimes.
40 words a
Couple
second.
of them already went through the training. Now they want to get this place done to turn out more students.
What do you do or don't do? Where you're interested? So you're interested in helping the galaxy's criminals too? Is that why you took the job? Yeah. Is that why you took the job?
Why does anyone take any job? Credits, and these folks have plenty. But I mean, come on. What they're selling here? Fixing the settled systems by giving criminals career training? You really think the Crimson Fleet are just one typing course away from becoming model citizens?
If there are more options available in life, maybe there would be. No argument from me. Plan is naive at best. Never getting much thought to it. Much take forever. More options, I give a chance. Well, at least some of them, anyway.
Never been on the receiving side of a visit from the fleet, huh? And look,
well, actually,
I know
yeah.
some folks have it tough out there. I've employed
both
my fair
sides.
share of ex-cons over the years. But you know how they turn their lives around? They did their time and got jobs instead of making the same bad choices again. Those are options everyone's already got. No retreat required.
Yeah, but it helps them get better jobs and more. You know, it gives them more options to getting jobs. So, brilliant surgeons, there's no scarf from where they removed your heart. Get these employees stabilized, exactly what the retreat wants to do. You're on the same page,
You
just
are getting lost in the
same
method,
book.
despite your goals being aligned.
Yeah, but the pathway to that goal matters. If they're all here just sitting around learning a trade, just like they would on a job site, huh? Maybe you got a point there. But I'm sure you didn't come here just for a debate. Let's talk about something else.
Not going to work for everybody, but them's what's actually interested in changing their lives. Giving them a better opportunity is not a bad idea. Interesting concern for this worker. So what is it you do or don't do around it?
I'm supposed to be the construction foreman. It's my job to make sure the Helios retreat gets built to whatever standard these folks want so they can run this reform program or whatever. But it's also my responsibility to make sure my crew can do their jobs safely, which sure as hell isn't the case right now with one of my people missing. So right now, I'm just waiting.
Seem really concerned for them. What's keeping you from finding him yourself?
Because I'm not the one whose job it is to keep this place secure. We're not soldiers. Just folks who were sold a load of bull that we'd be safe doing this job, and I'm not about to risk more of my people out there.
I'd like to help.
Oh, yeah? It can't be worse than the situation we're already in. The boss, Sloane, she's heading up the manhunt, if you can even call it that. Talk to her and she'll get you up to speed.
Kind of thought you might have some more insight to offer on the subject, but apparently not. At least not at the moment. Quite cool.
An interesting choice of location. Relaxing, I suppose.
She doesn't sound very convinced. Trading post, eh?
You dropping off?
Monica Bloom.
Didn't think we had any deliveries until next week. Got an invoice I can look at?
Then drop it to your boss, said you'd have payment for me 2,500 credits. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. That's a bit of a dicky thing. Yeah, I must have left it in my other spacesuit.
Just as well, I suppose. Well, deliveryman, you're welcome to look at what we've got on offer while you search. Got all the basics you might need.
What was the argument I saw earlier?
The construction foreman Halftown and his crew are scrambling their undergarments because one of their guys wandered off the other night. Probably a little too much glug-glug. But now the entire construction crew thinks we're going to slit their throats just because most of us have a criminal past. But look, if you want to get involved, Sloane's been coordinating the manhunt.
Doesn't seem very criminal. I'm guessing white-collar crime. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. Most of the staff here are. Got me for digital intrusion and grand larceny. Was in a bad place. Needed a lot of funds. Fast. So I hacked a couple Galbank servers.
As you do.
Had maybe 6 years left on my sentence in Aquila when Sloane and Nevin swooped in. They said they'd pay off my whole bounty if I ran through their pilot program. I didn't have much else going on, so I said sure. It was hard work. But Sloane... the woman is compassion in human form. She stuck with me. And now I'm here. Running the retreat shop and maybe someday one of my own.
See what you got for sale. Where did they get the kind of money to pay off your
Sure did.
bounty?
Anyone who commits to joining the program gets their bounty paid off by the retreat. Not sure who's footing the bill, though. I presume it's coming from outside donations because Sloane and Nevin aren't exactly rolling in cred sticks.
You got for sale.
They've got all the necessities.
That's interesting. Where is their funding coming from? Just food and drink. That's fine. Not surprised.
I'll be here.
Not terribly surprised that they're not selling guns. I also am a little bit surprised that they'd put a former money thief in charge of their shop. Specifically. Fraudster, I suppose, would normally be the term, but I don't think it's quite appropriate, fraudster, really. Doesn't quite fit for what she was doing. I suppose technically it is, but it still doesn't feel quite right. That's quite cool. In a vaguely phallic kind of way. So they're up that way. Right.
I am
Bathroom.
skeptical of whether this retreat will achieve its goals, but I applaud their efforts.
Bin mess hall eventually. Crapper. Blue UC leather jumpsuit. Interesting. Welcome back now. Somebody's room looks at least semi-finished. That one looks like it's got a way to go. Pictures on that digiframe are pretty awesome. That's incredibly high quality. Ooh, this isn't too shabby looking neither. Don't feel inclined to break into that right now. This bed, some shelving, hanging plants. Hey. Whew. Meditation room, huh? I mean, it's clearly work in progress, but I've seen worse. Decorating ideas. A little bit. Counselor. Admin. Right. Now that's very annoying. This thing and that table are both available in build mode, but you cannot put that sculpture on a table. It just says not supported. Very annoying.
I'm sorry, love, but the Elios Retreat isn't taking new residents right now. We've had some issues. A missing person chief among them. But you're welcome to rest up and refuel here as long as you'd like. So long as there's no bounty hunter after you that's going to kick my brand new door off its hinges.
Thanks, take the ground. Not real interested in hanging around a place where people are disappearing. Tell me about the Elios Retreat.
Well, at the moment, it's primarily a collection of shipping containers and unused construction materials. But the plan is to make this place into a growth and education residence for the galaxy's incarcerated. We'll offer job training and a support network for folks that otherwise just while away their days in prison just because they didn't have the credits to pay their own bounties. Get them all the tools they need to set up regular, boring lives like the rest of us.
Seems reasonable to me. Noble goal. Criminals getting no results. Seems like a waste of resources. Believe it can work. Seems like a pretty noble goal.
Well, thank you. Always striving to make my presence in the universe a net positive. But still got a lot of ground to cover. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to listen to me blabber. You're probably exhausted. Monica should have any supplies you might need. She's just out front of the main building. And our ship services tech is out near the landing pad if your vessel needs some tending to. And if you need anything else, or just want to talk, you come find me.
Yep, it's clearly the best counselor name, that one. No. Tell me about it.
Well, like I mentioned, the retreats are a modest attempt to change how the galaxy deals with those who find themselves on the wrong side of the law. Once we're open, the goal is to take in people whiling away in prison because they couldn't pay their bounties. We'll get them job training and a support network. All the tools they need to set up regular, boring old lives just like the rest of us. We're trying to do what we can to help those who need it.
This is not clearing, which is interesting. What's your job here?
But once we officially open our doors, the retreat's going to have to be a lot of things to the formerly incarcerated folks we plan to bring here. Residence, school, a place for reflection. Nevin, he handles everything infrastructure related, while I take care of everything our residents might need to get them moving along healthier paths. I make sure we've got the facilities to support everyone. I arrange all our occupational training. Even got my counseling certification a few years back so I can serve as a compassionate ear when people need it.
So everyone's got to check a past, right? What did you do?
If you can believe it, I was Crimson Fleet. Scouring the skies for loot and glory. Ended up finding a hefty prison sentence instead, which, honestly, was probably the best for me and the galaxy at large.
You're a pirate, not looking for trouble.
What's
tough
wrong,
life. Sounds kind of fun being a pirate. No, in fact, it was a tough life.
You'd expect right, even at the best of times.
We know.
But I'm sure you didn't come here for an ancient history lesson. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
I'm guessing this is just going to give me the same thing.
Like I mentioned.
Oh, it's not the same.
The retreats are a modest attempt to change how the galaxy deals with those who find
So she
themselves
describes it
on the
slightly
wrong
differently
side
each
of the
time.
law.
That's cool.
Once we're open, the goal is to take in people whiling away in prison because they couldn't pay their bounties. We'll get them job training and we're trying to do what we...
Maybe it's not. I don't know. I hope they find this missing person.
Because I can't say it's going to be easy work. But if you found the construction crew's missing man, we'd all owe you.
How do you know it's not going to be easy work if you don't know where he is? Money's right, I can bring you all the construction workers you can handle. Not going to be easy here, why is that? Yeah, exactly.
This planet is not the most accommodating to human life.
So this is where you chose to set up. Why exactly?
Empty, and the local fauna, well, they're not big fans of humans. So while I will absolutely take your help if you're offering it, I just want you to be aware, I don't expect it's going to be a walk in the park.
Still think it's a bit sus. And when you say they're not big fan of humans, do you mean they're not big fan of humans, or they look on us as dinner? Because, you know.
He was last seen a few days ago, so we don't think he could have gotten far.
Welcome back,
We
Steve.
sent our lone security officer to find him, but things didn't go according to plan out there, and now he's taken up residence in our infirmary. So if you're offering, we'll absolutely take the help.
I'll bring back your man.
You don't know how happy I am to hear it. First things first, you want to speak to Greg D'Angelo, our security officer. He was wounded searching for our worker, Mr. Killman's trail. He should be able to get you pointed toward Killman's last known location.
Okay then. Agreed to help. Let's retreat, find that missing construction worker. One Mr. Killman. Retreat leader Sloan has suggested I talk to Greg D'Angelo, security chief. Also security dog's body and every other level in between. We're being the only one who was wounded looking for the guy. I mean, it's not this guy. Let's see what Nevin's got to say.
Are you lost? Because if you're here to enroll someone, I'm afraid we're having just a minor crisis. And it's going to be a while before we're evaluating any applicants.
Heard that guy in a lot of Bethesda games before as well. What's the crisis?
Where do I begin? It's been a cascading series of issues. The most recent is that one of our construction workers has gone missing, and attempts to find him have turned up nothing, which is what this retreat is going to be if we don't manage to find him. So I hope you'll understand why I can't take your application at the moment.
What is this place?
This is, well, will be the Elios Retreat. Someday we hope for it to be a bastion of education and growth for some of the galaxy's most needy. It's incarcerated. That, however, is feeling more and more like it might never happen unless we resolve our current crisis. So it might be best if you just moved along.
Might be able to help with the problems.
Oh, that's awfully kind of you, but you know, we could use some more manpower.
Got a
actually.
big gun.
Speak to Sloan. She's been taking point on the... well, she'll be able to explain it all.
And I haven't been eating yet. What did you do?
I am the sole exception. I was a neighborhood administrator for years in New Atlantis. Was tasked with maintaining the wells section of the city.
Sounds like a crook to me.
Many of the UC's most underprivileged citizens. I saw firsthand what havoc the bounty system could cause in a neighborhood. Parents in prison, money funneled away from basic needs. It can become a cycle. Here, we hope to give people the tools to escape it. So much to get done.
Why do I get the feeling he's telling me pork pies? So, oh, there's the infirmary. I walked right past it. You look like you're about 12, buddy.
Who are you? Can't the guy heal in peace?
Guy? Teenager? What happened to you?
I got gored. Was out hunting for this dimwit
Didn't use his
worker,
gourd.
and something comes charging out of the overgrowth and puts a horn or a claw or something in my gut. I never got a good look at it, but it must have been huge because it laid me out. It took me 6 hours of crawling to get back here. So unless you
Ben
need
Quiz says it's a
something
putty
right now,
cat.
I'd love to get back to closing up the hole in my torso.
He blatantly looks like a fellow who lost a fight with his pet cat. Need to know where I pick up the trail for Killman.
Sloan found someone else, huh? Well, hopefully, you'll have better luck than I did. I managed to turn up some tracks outside the facility. Bit of a hike, though. Not sure if they were Killman's, but Ixal's not exactly a bustling metropolis. There was a cave system I scanned nearby, but I got attacked before I could look any further. Next place I was planning to visit once I was on my feet again. I'd start there.
Okay. Still think you're a security guy being a literal child when you're in a place that's taking in a bunch of criminals and he's the only security guy is not going... I mean, you know, lack of success is kind of to be expected under the circumstances, I feel.
I thought I was signing up for an exciting job.
Is this door open? It do. Oh, pretty. Coming in, treasure. Thank you. Yeah, this is quite pretty. Yeah. Sudden unexpected far to be enough to blow him away, I think.
What does your scanner reveal? Pretty though. I'm a little alarmed about a plant called a crimson gibbet. Gibbet, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Spitting pokeweed. That doesn't sound much better neither. It's a pretty place for a wander, though. Slightly better shot there. Nope, his eyes are determined to look over that way. Fair enough.
Making progress and look at things. With the scanning here. Gonna run too far, but I've got a decent chance to look a bit of scanning most of major stuff in this area without going too much further, so. Further off than I thought on a couple of these and look at things. Making some headway. So we've got a bit of a trek to make to get there, though. 100 meters, anyway.
Do you see anything useful?
Just aluminium to find out here now. In terms of resources. Haunting nightmare. Well, that doesn't sound good. Hunting nightmare. It's not any better, to be honest with you. No, it do be looking like an interesting creature. I'm going to get around the front of it, but interesting. I've already scanned that one, I'm not sure. I did not, but that's fine. Doing alright here, aren't we? Very pretty part of the world to be wandering around. Galaxy, or whatever you want to call it. Settled systems. So, biome is complete on flora. Fauna, there's loads to find. There's a lot to scan on this planet. Apparently. 9 animals, 8 plants, and 8 resources. I saw something moving in the distance. Are you from an outpost? I'd imagine you can at least find the same biome and put an outpost there. I would think. Don't know if I can put one here in general, but... No, I can't put one here. Questing's area, I guess, but... Could definitely find the same biome. Cave! Well, the cave. Let's go.
It seems local fauna has been nesting here.
You don't say, Androsia. Temperament fearless. George fearless? I ain't fearless, I know that.
Come then. Meet your
Kinda hoping you might choose not to, but... Oh well.
And once again, we are triumphant.
If by we you mean me, then yes, I agree. I like the... oh, but it's just the lighting making it look like the texture was missing from the side of the gun there. Another exit, apparently. Guess that's going to become relevant later. Hello, what have we here?
And your scan shows...
danger. That's what it shows.
Something may be nearby.
Whew! Thanks for the heads up there, Androsia, because I would have missed that otherwise.
Unsure where it leads.
Oh, you been here before, Androsia? No? Well, of course you're unsure then. There's our boy. Anything else in this interesting looking cave? Many things I suspect, but pretty gorgeous. That way? Okay. Anyone else good with buffering? I'd say I noticed anything. Doesn't look like anything on my end. Just a bit of general weirdness from the look of it.
No! No! I'm not going back! Stay away! Oh God, please, please don't put me back in the bag. I'll do whatever you say, just please.
not the bag.
What?
What happened? You're not here to... I was kidnapped. He caught me off guard after hours, threw a bag over my head and marched me off. But I escaped. But then these creatures started...
Interesting. Any chance you got a look at your kidnapper?
No, he kept the bag over me the whole time. I heard his voice, but he honestly didn't say much when I was around. I need this to be over. Please. Please, can we go? Please?
Get your shoes on, pal. We're going to the sheet. Yeah, let's get you out of it. It's been nice.
Fear. Your trial is at an end.
Oh, thank God. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
You do know the way back, right?
I thought he'd gone a little bit cock-eyed there, too.
I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. You agreed with me that true purpose can be a driving force in life. I found that comforting, but something has been nagging at me since.
What's
I
that?
have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it.
You're the only one who can answer that. Doesn't matter, no way change the past. If we got you here, then it was right. Okay, so doubts, don't let it paralyze you. Discussion another time. You're the only one who can answer that. Yeah.
I know.
Do you like where you are?
I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past.
Does the alternative seem better or worse?
And yet...
Potential alternative. Past shouldn't define us. Don't think to regret. Don't have to talk about it. I won't hold it against you. We've all got regrets.
I would not presume to think we have had similar experiences. I would hope you would do the same.
Also a bit of a generalization, and calm down.
Promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence.
Can't believe you found you put you through that. Take a toll on you. Well, given what we know about her family, which is that they are, other than generally House of Rune types, they kind of reject contact with other people because they think it's going to end poorly. It's not that hard to believe they put them through that because they're a bit crazy. It's taking its toll on you.
It certainly influenced the way I see the universe. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning.
Interesting. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that she is the granddaughter of the founder of House Varine. That's my theory. Because I'm pretty sure the founder is gone and long dead. But I think his children could be around. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she was, granddaughter of. That's my theory. But we'll see, I guess. Guideline worked well for me. Social creatures. Social creatures.
Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea. But therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others.
Not really. It tends to send you a little bit gaga after a while. Here if you need me. Don't let you get on my mission. Everyone has baggage, so you deal with it. Keep things bottled up isn't a good idea. Here if you need me.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Cool. Right. I still want to have a poke around down here and see if there's anything else. Mineral caverns. Gold and iron. Creature pile. Bit of radiation down there. I mean, it'll probably be fine. Yeah, seems interesting so far. Gotcha. Okay, interesting. So we're just back here.
Well, either we press on or we turn back. Your call.
There really is only one direction to go, Androsia.
Caves like this can be an excellent way to conceal the presence of an illegal operation. I should know.
I'm trying to fit in with everyone else, trying to understand why everyone else is weird. I think she was. I think there's some of that. But I also do get the vibe that she is looking to find herself in a slightly more inclusive position than she was in. I mean, either way, she's ended up in Constellation. She is part of a group. I think I get the vibe that part of it's finding a place in that group and, you know, understanding the dynamics of that, which is a shift from where she was before. It is interesting, though. I don't think she's actively trying to change who she is so much as, you know, one generally has to adapt to one's surroundings one way or another. The extent of that varies, but to some extent at least, you always do end up adapting to your environment. Wildlife out.
Gilman! Gilman's back!
Yes.
Mother of God, kid. What happened?
I was walking out, and someone threw a bag over my head. They took me... I don't know. It smelled like the inside of a first aid kit. I had to sleep on the steel floor and...
Which one of you crooks bagged him, huh?
Us? Why the hell would we do that? Waste of a perfectly good bag.
You're rambling, kid. Come on. Let's get you cleaned up. You smell like used welder's gear.
Mr. Halftown, I have some medical training. I'd be happy to...
You stay away from me. I want whoever kidnapped my man found and dealt with, understand? I don't care if it's one of your people or mine or a fucking ghost. Find them.
Of course. We'll do what we can. But...
I'm not interested in excuses. I need to know who did this. Just find my man's
I'm betting it's security guy, but...
I never thought I'd be excited.
I guess it might have been a bit naive for me to hope for a happy reconciliation, but you brought him back safe. That's what's important. Here, you have my sincerest thanks. But now, we've got a whole new thread to pull on. What are the chances I'd be able to convince you to help us find our kidnapper?
Yeah, I think that's true, Steve. But even with Constellation, they're working together towards an own goal, maybe in their own way, and approaching problems and solving them on their own in their own way. But they have to pull together and work towards the same goal, and play well with each other to a certain extent, or it's just going to fly apart. So she's adapting, at least on some level, to dealing with that situation. Not necessarily changing a fundamental part of who she is, but she's changing towards it.
He's alive.
It reminds you of somebody from Cyberpunk. I hope you find them. Keep credits coming. I'll do whatever you want. Let's see if I can get a few more pennies out of her.
Fine. I'm sure I can convince Nevin to trim some fat in the construction budget. Now, Mr. Kilman didn't seem to have a lot of information.
It didn't take much persuading.
But I caught at least one or two bits I think could help us find our kidnapper.
Smell something about first aid kit. Place of metal floors, so it's a building, not a cave. Where they were keeping him, but I found him in a cave because he ran there, I suppose. Could someone from the retreat have done this?
I want to believe none of them would. But I've been around long enough to know how easy it is for someone to surprise you. So honestly, I don't know. But I think those hints Kilman mentioned about the kidnapper's refuge are the key to figuring it out.
A building?
That's right. Not a lot of proper facilities like that in the area. Which makes me think there was a building we were evaluating as a possible site for the retreat not far from here. An old research outpost. Seems like a decent match for the description of our kidnapper's hideaway. Here.
Maybe.
The facility's coordinates. Head out there and see what you can find.
Do the other...
Whoever did this needs to be found. Here if you need me.
Pieces of information align with that? I assume they do, but... Goose Hunt, so we gotta head out there. I rather thought that might be the one. Yep, and over. Treasure. And there you are. I don't want to come back and find everybody's been eaten by the local wildlife. Speaking of Cyberpunk though, Steve, anybody pick up any good stuff in the sales, game-wise, recently? Steam's been running a sale recently. I don't know if anybody else has been, I would assume so, but... Got a couple of bits and pieces, including Resident Evil 7, which I've been meaning to pick up for a while. With a view to streaming at some point. Kind of been wondering what might be, well, depending on when we get to the end of Starfield, what might make for a good next thing in rotation. We've gone sci-fi and guns and things and such, so stepping away from that sort of thing for something a bit different would be nice, I think, but as to what, I don't know. Lovely little walk out here, but I'm kind of expecting to find something a little... I'm surprised we haven't run into something a little less friendly. Especially given... given that security dude apparently ran into something unfriendly. To us, or is it not? Yeah, that's the big thing that's on to us, I think. Not anymore, though. Hey, can I tame one? Mount it? Because that looks like it'd make an epic mount.
I hope wherever you store that, the smell will not be an issue.
Don't see him anymore. See the Kings. Rings a bell. Oh yeah, I know why. Yeah, if it doesn't look like you're going to get any time to play something, I do understand the impulse. Next sale rolls around, the price might have dropped even further by then, and then when it's discounted further from there, you may end up getting an even better deal. I feel like somewhere around here there's an interesting potential picture. Dunno. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of it depends on time. Depends when we finish Starfield and when next things are coming up and stuff. Yep. Dumbass. I do a 180 and leg it, and you're just standing there going, huh? And an outpost. Normally, these are quite good places to run in search of legendaries. Or, yeah, that sort of thing. Thick. Get me up there, thank you. No, get me up there! Couldn't jump again because it wouldn't acknowledge that it was on the edge. It was just... Yeah, I thought that had a decently high amount of damage output for a Grendel. Yeah, game wouldn't acknowledge that I was on the edge. It was obviously registering my feet being in the air, despite the fact I'd been pulled up on it. Yeah, I've found when you find these places on other planets, you usually get 3 or 4 legendary spawns in there, and it's quite compact, so you can get a good run through it for hunting for drops. Whoa! That was mean.
All systems.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Do not worry, I have no intention of doing so. Don't normally have turrets in like this though. Oh, yeah, she's got a decent tombstone that I gave her a while ago, hasn't she? I was trying to figure out what she was shooting then. It only goes better if you hit the target, Androsia. Yeah, that's a decent bit of time sinking, Steve. I had a quick gander at Stellaris, but not really my thing. Fighting may have ended, but many hearts are still waging war. Okay. This is usually an armory. That's not going to do it. Okay. Yeah. Still an armory. Sneaky, sneaky. We left in a hurry if they just left their credits lying on the table. Half-eaten sandwich. Bunch of half-eaten sandwiches. Any decoration potential kicking around here? You're like leaving Terbury cups around the place. Yeah, I can imagine how that feels, Steve. When I've played and on occasion even enjoyed the odd RTS, but most of them I'm not that into. Generally. 5% melee critical. Yeah. Suddenly think about picking up a mag sniper, don't know when I get the opportunity. Examining one at the very least.
Yes? All right then. Okay. It's all peaceful and quiet now. I do not believe it will be staying this way. Any more going? How you doing? Top bunk. I'll have a gander in just a second. There are 3. There is not. So that was the wrong choice. Okay. 2 and a 1. That one. Kill. Still looks to be the wrong choice, I think. Right choice, wrong place? No. Yes. Alright, we get there eventually. For 1,000 credits. Tell me about it.
top bunk back somewhere, it said. Well, I'll have a gander in a min. I think, what's it going to be about now? They're up there right now. It's all toilets, that's storage. Just right. I think it's just bedding, I think. You never know. This is not quite the way it usually looks. Or not quite the way that these places usually look. Yeah, I say I did have a bit of a look at Solaris, Steve. It's just vastly complicated. That went alright, didn't it? In the end. Wasn't sure what shooting that thing was going to do at all, but I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. Worked out quite well. Hey look, he kicked the bucket. Second treasure. Out in the corridor, I'm guessing, from the sound of that. Or not. There we go. This far, I didn't even notice my mouse was on the wrong profile. Makes healing difficult. This room is opened by the cell key, huh? Wouldn't have said it looked much like a cell to me, but okay.
Alert. Catastrophic damage.
Okay.
Did they have anything of value?
Few bullets, that's about it. Not finding what I'm looking for, but it looks like whatever I'm looking for is in there. Knowledge of where this person was kept. Fighting my way through this place, I almost forgot why I was here. Didn't actually mean pick up that mag cross. Well, it's worth something. I don't want to use it, but how much I picked up, did I? Two, and one, really. That one. Gotcha. Nice. Ground crew spacesuit. That sucks. Prototype equipment would be good if it didn't have a... Or would be interesting to pick up, but for the fact it has a habit of sinking into surfaces. How doing, Daniel? You alright? You have a ghost ship on your platform at your outpost and you can't get rid of it. If you remove the platform, it's still floating. Oh, that's weird. Pass. Other than telling Bethesda. So I've been avoiding using the cargo link system just because, well, stuff like that, really. Well, the whole system is not particularly effective, am I? Right, that's the one I wanted. My only other guess, of course, would be to make the whole outpost, but that kind of sucks. Bounty hunter spacesuit, a good bounty hunter spacesuit as well. Deep recon space helmet, not really worth picking up. Polymer. Corrupted slate. I'm guessing this spacesuit is about as good as I would have expected. Yeah, only ever so slightly better than the one I've got, and not quite as cool. And I think heavier too. Evident truck here, eh? Yeah, it does sound awkward. Can't reload to an earlier save either. Yeah, annoying. Yep, I think your best bet is either up sticks and move the whole down outpost, or... Is it... Well, yeah. And the other question is it a... is this ghost ship one of yours, or is it a cargo link ship? Because if it's one of yours, switching your home ship to the one that you're seeing the ghost of, and then switching back to the one you want, got rid of that issue for me. But if it's a cargo link, that won't work. Yeah, I've been annoying, Steve. Unfortunately, when things are... I suspect it's a result of save files having to contain so much information about unique positions and stuff like that. Because, you know, you pick up and move objects around and place them down again. Relatively speaking, the amount of impact you can have on your environment is quite high. So, yeah, I'm guessing that's why this sort of stuff gets burnt into save files, which they can't really do anything about, because every save file is unique, so... I'm guessing that's one of the drawbacks to this situation.
I turned down a job on your address.
Somebody's asleep, I'm guessing. Oh, it's the security guy. Oh no, they're all in here.
You seem to have weathered that trek well enough. Were you able to find anything at the facility?
A corrupted data slate. The sand kidnapper did find this.
Not a lot to go on. Monica, anything you can do with this?
I can take a look. Oh, it's encoded. Made to look scrambled. And done badly.
Ah, so it's not corrupted.
Looks
Cool.
like... there. Seems there were 2 of them. Oh my god.
It's one of yours. That's weird.
Here. The accidents, the kidnapping, Greg's attack. These 2, they did it all.
Any mention of who they are? They're not with the construction crew, are they?
No names, but there are a pair of ID numbers. They're with the Trackers
Bounty
Alliance.
hunters.
The Alliance sent 2 bounty hunters? Here? What? Our bounties are all paid.
I'm not seeing an Alliance contract or documentation. I think this is off the books.
Trackers? Consider yourselves lucky to still be alive.
It appears we have been fortunate.
Depends.
But it does beg the question. So, a couple of trackers have decided to haunt us on their own free time. Why?
Personal
Doesn't
grudge. Yeah, personal grudge seems likely. That was weird. As otherwise, they'd be better off spending their time on legitimate contracts. Ooh. Just happened last night, and you can't go back and load far enough. Yeah. Have you made sure that you tried setting the ship that is the Ghost as your home ship, and then switching from it? Because if that doesn't do it, I'm out of ideas. But yeah. Maybe they got a vendetta here. Hard to see why else they bother. Trackers Alliance.
Care to share with the rest of us what you're thinking?
Yeah, if you buy it down. Hey Monica, how did you decrypt that?
It's really not that impressive. Used to sell these on the semi-regular in my old life. A cheating spouse wants to document all their flings without fear of their partner finding out? Just use one of these bad boys. It's computer
Why
hacker
would
101 stuff.
you want to do that?
And
That
it
seems
sure
stupid.
doesn't explain why they've decided to harass us.
Tell me about Trackers
It's
Alliance.
the official guild of the galaxy's bounty hunters, known for relentlessly stalking their targets in pursuit of a payday. To a tracker, any person with an outstanding record is a coin purse, ready to be cut open and emptied of value, regardless of the circumstances surrounding said person's record. There are few groups more ruthless. Though
I'm not surprised
it's
she sees it that
surprising
way, although it's not
that
entirely
they've
accurate.
intervened here, where there's no obvious money to be made.
Because there's a certain amount of individuality and free reign in the Trackers Alliance. So some of them are like, I don't give a shit, you're just a payday to me. Others are like, hang on a minute, if this isn't on the up and up, I'm not taking the I'm not chasing the bounty. So She wouldn't see it that way, understandably, but it's still a thing. Vendetta does seem to be the only option, I think.
That certainly seems in the realm of possibility.
So then this is an easy fix. They're bounty hunters. We pay them to leave us alone.
And make ourselves a target for every other hunter in the universe. We need to take a stand.
Says the one guy physically incapable of taking one.
We're not
He looks like he's physically incapable of taking a dump.
Any mention in there of where our
Even when he's
trackers might be
healthy.
now?
Sounds like they're on a supply run, outside the system.
Then we've got a little time. Given their background, and ours, I expect you're the only person here they might actually listen to. Would you be willing to act as an emissary on our behalf?
Don't bother you guys again. Nah, I need to think about it. Can you tell me more who they might be? Yeah, I'll do it.
Slate's not big on details. There's 2 of them, they're clearly armed, but that's about all we've got to go on.
She does
But
have a nice
trackers
accent. I
aren't
like
usually the type to take prisoners when it's not required. So the fact that they've thus far remained largely non-violent, well, it means they might be willing to negotiate. With the right person, of course. Which I think, in this case, is you.
Good point. Yeah, let's give it a go.
I'm certain we can find a way to solve this without resorting to violence.
I am not.
Let's just pay them and be done with it. I mean, we clearly need more manpower anyway.
They're not here for money.
Contractors.
To hell with that. We know where they live. Let's have our friend here get the drop on them and send them to the great beyond.
The last thing we need is the galaxy thinking that's how we solve our problems around here, Mr. D'Angelo. I would request you try to avoid any violence. But if you're looking for suggestions on how to proceed, well, it seems we've got opinions to spare.
I'll try and talk them out of it, but...
These bounty hunters need to be dealt with. I think you should offer them money, and I'm willing to help. Here, all I have liquid at the moment. Hopefully it'll be enough.
He just gave me money.
Take care. Please.
I mean, I'm not doing that, but I'll take his money.
What's up? You want to talk negotiation strategies? I'll help as best I can. Had to deal with my fair share of their kind over the years. You don't get into that job to make it rich. You get into it to be your own boss and prove how tough you are. So, my advice? Let them know that pushing around a bunch of counselors just makes them look like bullies, not tough.
Cool.
Be careful with those goons.
Are you looking for my suggestion? I don't think they're gonna respect anything other than force. But I think Sloane's not gonna be happy if you handle it that way.
You would be correct, Mr. D'Angelo.
Yeah.
I would hate for anyone else to get hurt in all this. So please, try to solve things peacefully. Love, I can only guess at what these 2 might be after. But it's clear they perceive something about us as a threat. They're afraid. And all you can do with fear is try and understand it. So, just listen to them, okay? Hear what they have to say. And see if you can make whatever it is they're worried about a little less scary.
Unless, of course, somebody here
Good
did
luck out
really screw them over as part of their criminal career, and now they want some payback. In which case, we may be on a hide into nothing with trying to convince them to take on a different course of action. But we'll see. Front the trackers back at their abandoned outpost. Okay. Crikey, it's 11 already. Good God, that flew. That's how I did anyway. Sam's winged chariot. Well, if they're here, they know somebody else has been, because all their robots are destroyed. They're not here yet. I'm wearing a Trackers Alliance outfit as well. Just thought. Trackers Alliance spacesuit.
What the? Who's that?
No clue. You! Who are you and what the hell are you doing here?
I think, anyway. There's a bounty hunter on, I'm wearing Trackers Alliance, okay. They've got a mixed bag.
And just who the holy hell are you?
Now, there's a voice I really know from something. Numerous games, in fact. That voice actor's voice I definitely recognise. Here on behalf of Let's Retreat, want to talk. Last person you're ever going to see. Threatening behaviour. Well, let's talk.
See? I told you Kilman was gonna lead them to us. Should have slit his throat when we had the chance.
Quiet. Listen, unless you're here to tell us those convicts have decided to close up shop, then we've got nothing to discuss.
Well, looks like you're probably going to die. How much it's going to cost, why do you care? You really afraid of a few ex-cons?
I couldn't care less about the cons. They can huff fish innards until they rot for all we care. But this retreat, if they actually succeed, keep criminals out of the bounty system, well, the galaxy probably doesn't need so many trackers at that point, does it? And then maybe the big boys like the UC and the Collective set up programs of their own, just like Helios. Put us all out of a job. Now, better to nip it in the bud now before it becomes a threat. Which is why I'm not interested in discussing anything except the date and time they're shutting their doors.
Ah, interesting. So he's just worried they're going to drive him out of a job in the long run. Well, get a better job. And also, not likely. It's an optional scheme, and it's not going to work on everybody. There's plenty... might need less, but... you'll be of retirement age or in a hole in the ground before that happens, so... I wouldn't worry.
It is a reasonable request. You would do well to consider it.
Like that.
That's so.
They want to be left alone. Even if the retreat succeeds, there's always work for savvy, capable people. Let's try it.
I
guess
that's
he's not
good
very
point.
savvy at all, actually, really. But want to be left alone. Think you're tough picking on a bunch of farm workers and counsellors. Underestimating how dedicated these folks are. Think you could attack these people you didn't. Think you're a better person than you let on. They just want to be left alone. God knows. I don't think there's a good option here. Let's just go try that one.
That
Didn't
sounds
really
like
think
a
so.
challenge.
Never going to work. Denying the inevitable. How many jobs you missed out while you've been here? That's a lot of credits lost. Yeah. Never going to work. Seems like the sensible one.
Haven't made much headway so far, have we?
But getting through this last one is the hard part. Folks know how to deal with adversity. Think of how many jobs you missed when you're out there. That would seem like a logical one. I kind of want to go for one of a lot of credits lost. Let's try that one.
We
Yes!
have been out here a while. Fine. We'll leave the retreat alone. Can't make any promises about us being the last, though. Just get out, all right?
So he's got a really large beowulf, and she's got a drum beat. with no stock on it. She's not going to be hitting much then, is she? I didn't see. Well, don't know if you saw it, but we've got a build on the sleep crate in Neon went up at the weekend. If you haven't checked it out, and your short one, but it's quite interesting to have a crack at. And beyond that, yeah, definitely more coming. The Fallout build will be the next thing, I think, and then Starfield build after that. Will probably be end of the week, early next week, maybe. I suspect one of those two. Appreciate nonetheless. Doing. That should about do the job. Should be overjoyed to know they're off and they're not dead.
There you are. You were gone for quite a while, love. Are you all right? Were you able to find our trackers?
Sure did. Convince them to leave you alone. Less said the better, but it's taken care of. You may begin heaping praise on me whenever you like. Your tracker problem is no more. Sure did. I convinced them to leave you all alone.
That's the best news I've had in quite a while. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, love. This place, all of us, we are in your debt. There is just one last piece of business, though. Nevin asked to speak to you, in private. He's waiting for you up in the office.
I have got a really bad feeling about this. I thought I smelled a rat with this guy, and I bet the rat is that he encouraged them to come here.
Ah, there you are. So, first things first.
Unless he wants his money back.
Well, thank you.
Glad to be of help.
And we are exceedingly grateful for it. It's just the situation you set right with the trackers. It's one we don't want to find ourselves in again. Luckily, we have someone, our founding donor in fact, who has offered to reach out to the Alliance, ensure their good behavior going forward. Before she does, however, she's asked for the details of what exactly occurred. I've already shared my own insights, but, well, she wants to talk to you, too. Is that something you might be amenable to?
Okay, didn't go the way I was expecting. Who is this and should I be concerned?
Our benefactor has said she'd prefer to do the introductions herself. But you can rest assured she wants only to thank you in person. Hear your side of the story. Nothing more sinister than that.
Sure, I can talk to her.
She'll be pleased to hear it. Head to Aquila City in the Xion system. Check in with Justin Sneed, her security chief. And I would ask you to try and be polite. She's the only reason.
Justin Sneed, Chief of Security in Aquila City. How the F does a security chief have the kind of money to finance something like this? Not what I was expecting, but still, suspicion has not completely been allayed yet.
To be back in our own ship.
As opposed to whose ship? You've been taking rides on strange spaceships, Andresia? Well, yeah, because every time I kick her out, she goes back to the lodge, and I don't take her there, so that's where she must have been.
position. And we are now in stable orbit.
Let's go.
Jump complete.
This is Freestar Collective Space. Hold while we scan your ship. And that's it.
And down we go. Not sure why I'm looking at a picture of New Atlantis when I'm landing in Aquila City, but you know, it's an ugly ship.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
Oh, it's something, alright. It's a definite thing. I may have miscalculated. I did miscalculate. Multiple times.
Just one quiet day. Too much to ask for.
Here we go. Multiple miscalculations, but I found it now. Up and up and up and up and up and up we go. Yeah, apart from this being generally one of the better Freestar Collective looking outfits,
Oh, looks like we got another.
the security one is nice. Supposed to make sure my employees get home safe at the end of the shift.
Tower's closed. Come back some other time.
Yeah, you're not head of Aquila City Security at all. You expected me to say revealed last retreat has arrived. No one sent me. Let's be polite for now.
You're there.
Tim.
Huh? I've got 2 rules for this little meeting. Rule number 1. You're not to share anything you discuss up there. This is a private matter, and we're going to keep it that way. Rule 2. You decide to get playful with that weapon, we're going to have serious problems. Think you can abide by those?
I think if I get playful with this weapon, you're probably going to end up dead. Let's just say sure and see how things go.
Suppose I can take that as a yes. Fine, head upstairs. Miss Lance is waiting for you.
It's Justin Sneed. Apparently was just in time. Xion Lance, Lily Gartner. Okay, I'm still none the wiser as to who these people actually
And
are.
that must make you our guest. Please, take a seat. Now, you may already know who I am. Raisha Lance, CEO, Laredo Firearms. And you,
Oh, she was
I
familiar.
know all about.
Explains why she's got money.
I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for the retreat. Truly, it's a project that's near and dear to my heart.
CEO of a weapons manufacturer? I mean, I don't see why that's much of an issue, but yeah.
I'm not the sole donor, but yes, the retreat is a project I've been trying to foster for some time now. My attempt to improve the plight of humanity, even if just in a minor way. Which is why I'm so thankful for your intervention on its behalf.
I bet she's technically in 2 places at once right now. Well, no, actually, because I think Laredo is basically a separate instance, so it's a separate load zone anyway. So you're quite welcome.
Now, I presume Nevin already got you up to speed. I need details before I talk to the heads of the Trackers Alliance. Make sure their members understand the retreat's off limits. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just jump right into it. Lily here will be taking notes as we go. Now, Nevin said all the various incidents afflicting the retreat, they all stemmed from this pair of rogue bounty hunters. Do I have that right?
Seems to be the case, yeah. Wasn't present for the rest, but it seems to be the case. What other incidents are we talking about?
There were a streak of thefts and accidents leading up to Mr. Kilman's kidnapping. We'd presumed they were just bad luck or local fauna. Ixel's not exactly the most hospitable of worlds, but Nevin made it sound as if those bounty hunters might have been responsible for it all. And I was hoping you could confirm if that was the case or not.
Rest wasn't present for.
Ah, I'll be sure that's noted. But you did manage to get those two to leave the retreat alone. You mind my asking how you accomplished that?
I talked to them. Talked with them, got them to see reason.
2 trackers and you just talked them down? That's quite the feat.
Technically also a tracker. Had bigger gun.
How exactly did it all play out?
An expert negotiator. As to lucky I didn't talk with the flying into a star. Back and forth, managed to get them to see it our way.
I'm sure it was. I've dealt with trackers. They tend to be a focused sort. So, only other thing I wanted to ask, and I'm just looking for an opinion here, is there anything in your eyes that could have been done to...
Pretty much was the choice, yeah. Retreat's underprotected, need more security. Leadership needs guidance. On the right course, having a bunch of criminals around like a place like that is only going to tragedy. Security. I mean, both of these. The one security guy, yeah, is about 12. The leadership, yeah, they didn't handle it particularly well, but yeah, security I think's the way to go.
After everything I've heard from you and Nevin, I'm inclined to agree. It'll take time to get the right people in place for this kind of work, but I'll make sure it's addressed. But that should give me enough to present to the Alliance. Thank you for making the time. Now, what you did, well, it deserves something more than just a couple of firm thank yous.
Give me a really big top tier badass tombstone.
They're a rare make, but I think you've earned it. Now, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we went our separate ways?
Spacesuits. Interesting. Maybe even a gun. Something like me. I think you're doing to do real good with the retreat, wasting money, nothing else to discuss. What made you want to get involved in the first place? How are you going to get the Trackers Alliance to play ball?
You make lots of friends in my position. Friends in the Freestar Collective. Friends in the UC.
You do make nice guns.
People with influence over things. Like, say, how much a locality is allowed to spend on Alliance contracts each quarter. When the Alliance heads grasp that it's better for us all to be friends, I expect they'll leave the retreat well enough alone.
Yeah, when they lose access to Laredo firearms, and if they don't, I'm sure some of them will feel that way. Made you want to get involved?
It's something that's been on my mind for a while now. How best to help the galaxy's incarcerated population? Humanities tried plenty of bad ideas. Throwing them in jail and forgetting about them.
That's like the Crimson Fleet.
Gave that a go way back when. Took all their criminals to a penal colony on Suvorov and left them to their own devices. Well, those folks didn't appreciate that sort of treatment. Took over the colony. And now we call them the Crimson Fleet. Next, we tried making them pay fines instead of going to jail. Except if you don't have the money, that's no sort of improvement at all, is it? Bad idea after bad idea. I thought it was time we tried something new. That's where the plans for the retreat came from.
Well, it's not going to work for everybody, but at least some people will want to turn their lives around or take advantage of it. Yeah, I think you could do some good.
That's kind of you. But without your help, it might have stayed just a goal. You have my sincere thanks. Now, if you'll excuse me, as you've seen, there's plenty to be done.
By the way, your head of security is a dick. Quite a small one, I might add. Holy crap, that was a bit wild there. Where's the sun got to? I don't know, there doesn't appear to be any sun on Keeler. Oh, there it is. Very, very up that one. So, what we got? A really fugly spacesuit, which is really disappointing because they had the potential to do something new and different and cool with it, and she is the ugliest model in the game. Rifles do more damage, reduces incoming energy damage, and automatic. It's a good set of legendaries on that, actually. I mean, the stats are not good enough to make it worth using anyway. But it is what it is. What's Peacemaker look like? So it's a lawgiver. Yeah, that sucks. Attack speed. Demoralizing. Also, not particularly good. So those rewards were thoroughly underwhelming. Well. That's a bit disappointing. For a stone tower, it's doing an awful lot of wooden creak in this thing. Doesn't seem to have an active power right now. Good, that's helpful.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
Thank you.
Hi, how you doing?
You're out there
Level up cross rewards. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help much, I don't think. But in this case, I'm more bothered by... I mean, yeah, there is that. But I'm more bothered by the base items are just not particularly great in that case. So yeah, I mean, no matter how good that is, and it's not particularly far off, I don't think my current one. Yeah, it's not far off. But it could be the best thing in the game. I wouldn't use it because it looks like that. And same here. I don't know how this compares. Okay, that's pretty crap. I mean, look at that thing. So thin as to be more of a flight suit than a spacesuit. It's just so freaking ugly. Gold and orange with the. It looks like it's made out of tinfoil. Some of the designs are great. Like, that's pretty cool. Very, very heavy. Not as heavy as my current one, but it would get to the same weight, actually, I think. And I really quite like the look of this, which is really, really cool. Got Bounty Hunter helmet on, interestingly enough. Anyway. But yeah, that's... I don't think that's a level lock issue, but I'm not sure. I think the level lock is decent on that. But the Lawgivers don't have particularly great damage output anyway. They're a multi-tap, which makes the rapid attack thing quite useful. But I'd prefer single shot ones rather than, you know, one shot, one kill job rather than multiple fast shots. It's not my thing.
Do not want to go outside the city walls.
Yeah, that's interesting, maybe. The other way you found out the construction guy hired them. Well, they didn't say anything about being hired, which is odd. Or maybe at least suggested the idea to them, perhaps. But either way, that's interesting. All broke, buddy, and it's not very helpful to me. Pretty useless at that with that little money. Yeah, definitely a bug there, Daniel. Got a temporary solution of sorts, anyway.
With Duncan. I handle the boring.
Welcome to Aquila City. I'm sure something will catch your eye.
Ooh. Particle beam rifle. Scouts for an inflictor. There we go. Now we're finally picking that up. I'm going to give that to Andresia in a minute. 54 grand? I know I've got a lot more than that on me, but that's a lot. It's like you're giving it to Andresia. No, I'm not spending that on a weapon for her. That's weird. So it says scouts for an inflictor, and if I roll the mouse over it, it just goes to inflictor. When I jump up and then go move the whole thing around, it stays. That's weird. Out of curiosity, really slow fire rate does a fair bit of damage, but not really enough. You. Oh, that reminds me, I should drop some other stuff that I forgot I'm carrying off. And what else do I need to do? Quickly check the other shops, see if any of them have what I'm looking for. Which is a mag sniper. Roland Arms here is my best bet for that.
Outlaws, just so you know.
Binary trigger. So, double shot when you fire it, interestingly, I guess. Interesting sounding looking gun. No, she does not have what I need. Oh well, I'll find one eventually. Somewhere. I mean, he probably won't, but he's right here. I might as well check, hadn't I?
Everyone, take a look around. It's a good...
Innocent.
Take a gander.
So I've got a refined. That's an advanced one. That would be an upgrade over the one I've got. Probably. Yeah, it would. Blink. I'll have that. Another Varian Infector. Mag Sniper. Okay, now we are talking. It's cost me a few quid, and I'm going to have to spend some time doing some mods, but that's entirely fine. To be honest, I think that issue's been around since before the patch. Down here. I don't think they changed anything like that. At least not with this one, anyway. Your gymnasts and minties were saying by hand by the American ladies. Yeah.
Having a good one?
They were considerably more substantial than that thing, though. When calculators have a larger memory than the original moon rockets. Yep, that sounds about right. I meant to sell that spacesuit, didn't I? Well, I'll deal with that in a bit. Oops, maybe not. That's the wrong button, I guess. Some stuff in there I want to store. Cool. I think that'll probably do me for about now. What about all the rest of it in a little while? So, for now... Oh, time to get up and walk around for a bit, I think. Yeah, go ship every time you're doing shipbuilding at Hopetown. That's weird. Interesting though, Steve. Yeah, I've never done any building at Neon, so I wouldn't know, or at Hopetown yet, but on my to-do list, I think, sometime this week, upgrade the ship. Update the ship. Yeah. I would certainly suck to pull the outpost down. The other alternative, of course, is find another location and start over and build another cool outpost, which is, you know, kind of my way of doing things. Still debating whether or not I'm going to add a couple more bits and pieces to the current outpost. Okay, a bunch to check there. But we'll see. I might. I'll be... yeah, there's a lot of space. I just don't really have much in the way of thoughts as to what to put in there. I could put a small medical facility in, maybe. Maybe, but I don't know what else I could put there. I'd have a think in the next little while I figure out what I'm going to do next. Yeah, tomorrow we'll find out whether or not we're going to get any new cool stuff out of Fallout as well. I'm guessing we won't get much because the new, new updates due the week after that, isn't it? I think. Looking at the dates. Yeah, a week tomorrow to the new update, which means I need to spend the next little while having a mad dash in Fallout and chasing the end of the scoreboard as well, because I'm a way off yet. I'm definitely going to need to grind to get there. But shouldn't be too bad. The last couple of weeks I've not done as much as I should have done. But we'll cope. I might do a bit of that tonight as well before I crash out. Yeah, fun. I enjoyed that little side quest. It's got tons of other stuff to get through, so I think we'll probably cross off a bit more on Wednesday. Yeah, definitely plenty to keep us busy anyway. So, yeah, got a few things lined up for the next week or so. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, folks, I think it's time for me to do all that stuff and chill out, as it is now nearly midnight, and about an hour later than I was planning on going tonight, so oh well, it's all good. So, thank you all for hanging out today. Hope you've had fun. As I say, if you haven't checked it out, do have a look at the Sleep Crate video I did the other day. It's got, a look around the smallest of the player homes available in Starfield, which is interesting. We'll be going the other direction next time, I think, which is cool. As I say, Fallout 1 coming up in the next little while as well. Should be cool. So, until tomorrow, when we dive into Fallout. Yeah, exactly. We'll I'll see how things go. Anyway, have yourselves a good evening. Thank you for hanging out. You know where all the buttons are and stuff. If you haven't already, I do appreciate. And social media links, merch store, and channel memberships, and all that stuff down below if you want to have a gander at that, and info in the description and stuff if you want to look at that. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Have a good day tomorrow. I will catch you all hopefully a tiny bit earlier than it was today. And we'll head into Fallout, which should be cool. See if we can't chase the end of that scoreboard. Should be fun. So, until then, have yourselves a good night. I'll see you next time. Night, folks. See ya.
No.